right, so let's run through these. Know your audience, right? That's first and foremost, and we've all talked about our audiences here. Know their problems and how to solve them, right? This is huge. And I'll turn this back around on me so you guys can, like, rest easy. You want to know what their problems are and what you can do to help them. So, you know, Erica, when you were talking to the people that you were discussing their issues with, you already have an idea in your mind of what you can do to help them, right? You know what the problem is and you know how to solve it. When you and I were talking about the blabs, I know what the problem is and I know how to solve it, right? So just by knowing that, that puts you ahead of the game. And that's a crucial piece to you being able to work with that person, because everybody is coming to the table with, this is what's going on with me and I need a solution. I need a copywriter. I need a project manager, right? I need a realtor, right? I mean, because in the end, it really is all about me.
I love that. You just slipped that baby right in.
And as long as you know that about your prospects, though, seriously, as long as you know this about your prospects, you're in there. So the more you let them tell you about what's going on with them, the more you listen to what they're saying and truly understand them, the better the rapport is that you build with them, and now you've got a loyal following. And that's really the way it works. This is, and I know I push the social stuff, but guys, it's no different than the physical stuff. It really is not. There's somebody real on the other end of that camera. There's somebody real on the other end of that computer. There's somebody real on the other end of that screen. And that's just the way it is. Those are people that need your help. How can you help? You know, some of the ways you can show them you can help is by offering some of these shows that you girls are talking about, and offering the copy, so there's tons of things you can do to show them, hey, this is how I can help you. You know, providing those stories about wedding venues and about, you know, places that you can go, and about, you know, this is how it can look. Those things are very, very important for people. And I'm going to talk to you when I'm
Can I ask a question?
Yes, ma'am.
So I recently went to a workshop, a social media workshop.
I'm scared.
Go
ahead.
Yeah. I haven't done anything since the workshop. You're shocked. I know. That's why we got But the question is,
I'm going to have a workshop just with these two. I can already see
there
it.
was a millennial there.
Yes.
And so her feedback was very interesting, because I really would like millennials, because I can really help them build a business doing what I do.
Right.
Because they're all social media. It's so easy for them, where it's not easy for me. And they can make some incredible money. But this girl said something really interesting. She said, when you start posting on Facebook every day about what you do, she says, I turn it off.
Yep, that's called megaphoning.
So how do you get to the millennials? I know that's another topic.
Not really.
But how
it's
do you
exactly
get to the
what I'm
millennials
talking
if
about,
you
though.
pick a platform?
So what did I tell you to do a few minutes ago? Your audience, you said, you identified, the blab thing. You identified your audience as salon owners, you know, people who do massages, people who, you know, all of that. Give to them first. If you're just megaphoning, this is who I am, and this is what I do, and da-da-da-da-da, and that's the only thing I ever say to you. When I walk through the door, every one of you is going to look at me and go, Marisa, we're impeaching you.
Okay.
You're out of here, right? Because that's not what you're looking for. I could come in here and hard sell every one of you guys on social and say, this is what you need to be doing, hire me. That's not what I'm doing at all. But that's not what I'm interested in, right? I want you to figure out where it is you are today and where you want to be, and I want to help you reach that potential, right? The way that you start pulling these people in is to figure out where they are today, where they want to be, and how you can help them reach that potential. She was dead on. Don't megaphone. There's an 80-20 rule that's kind of an unspoken, like those of us who are social gurus, we understand it. There's an 80-20 rule in the social space. 80% of OPC, other people's content, to 20% of your own. And that's where doing those blabs or those other streaming events comes in, because every single one you do, you're pulling in 3 other people and talking to them about their business. Not your business, their business. right? So anything you can use to pull other people along with you, I'm telling you guys, that comes back. I mean, the karma that you create out here in the world, you know? And for me, I'm kind of in a position where one of the things that I have noticed is I could do what I do for free, and I would be super stoked. If I did not have to pay my bills and take care of my family and all of those sorts of things, I'd totally do what I do for free. So if you're that passionate about it, it's super simple to pull somebody in and start talking to them and have a conversation. And once you start building that rapport with people, that's when the tide changes.
Okay.
See, but the super simple, I love when you say that. Okay, because I get what you're saying, you know me, but I need it set up for me, and I can copy it. I know. That's why I need you.
I'm your go-to person.
So you come in the first
She's
time.
your go-to person, too, for project management.
So we hire you to come in the first time to do
Set it all up.
the whatever that thing
The
is.
technical stuff.
The blab, whatever, the interview, whatever. And then when I see it, then I start doing it. It is practice, practice, practice. And
Right.
it becomes memory.
Right.
Management.
Literally, when you join a blab, it is 2 buttons. It is call in and share my camera. That's it.
We can do that.
And then you want to, there's a little thing at the bottom that pops up and says, do you want to tell all your followers? Yeah.
Okay.
Hey guys, I'm online and I'm blabbing, right? Wow. That's super simple too. Like Blab really broke it down and made it's way more simple than what Google Hangouts was. I mean, it is, now Google Hangouts still has a place, don't get me wrong, but Blab has changed the playing field. It really has. And it's a game changer in our field.
Yeah, I didn't either.
So
we didn't worry about Google Hangout because we never went there. So.
well, you'll want to do the blabs. All right, let's get back to it. Pick a platform, use it consistently. The reason that I'm saying this is because whatever platform you're on, I'm always on multiple ones and I'm always on the newest ones because I train clients how to use them. So I'm a little bit obscene with the number of platforms that I'm on, but you guys really just want to get good at 1 or 2. Wherever your audience hangs out, that's where you want to be. You don't have to be everywhere. Right. You know, the reason I'm telling you to do Blab is because you were talking a radio show, and why not step that up, right? Why not let people see you? Why not let people interact with you? Why not let people build that know, like, and trust? Because video is huge in 2015 and beyond.
And I wanted to do that, but I didn't know how. I'm like, okay, what do I do? I got a little tripod with my iPhone. Am I going to, okay, so then I was videoing you before. Well, it never recorded. Do you see
that's where some of these newer technologies, they get that, and they understand that people are struggling with how to use the platform, and nobody's going to use them. So what can we do to make it easier? And that's what the Blab team has come in and done.
But how
they've
come
taken all
we're
that
not
away.
getting the memo? Like, who was hanging out in Google without us?
Because you never told me.
I mean, how many people knew about Google Hangover? No, not
The only reason why
Hangover.
I knew about it was because I had a client. Because I'm on Google everywhere, and my kids are in their early 20s, and my daughter-in-law with all the grandchildren that she posts from Instagram all the time. I'm like, okay, I gotta get a freaking Instagram, which I do. I posted 3 things.
Yes.
But I didn't know anything about. So I'm on Google everything. You sign up, and then you're on Google everything.
Do they send you come hang out over here?
No.
No.
Now, if you sign up to be friends with somebody and they're hanging out at that time, then Google will. Blabs do, though. Once you follow somebody in the Blab space, it'll let you know when they're online.
Is it like, okay, so
It'll
I went
send
onto
you a message.
Pinterest to put a party together, and all of a sudden I'm getting emails. So-and-so is following you on Pinterest. I said to my daughter, how are they following me? How do they know who I am? Why are they following me?
You want them to follow you.
They like something you pinned.
That's how it is with
Okay.
Instagram.
This is all I get. Oh, Mom.
Rose needs an intervention.
I want to hang out with the people.
I'm going to pull you onto some Blabs to talk to me because you are sharing some seriously valid concerns in the social space. somebody following you on Pinterest is not the same as somebody stalking you, first and
Well,
foremost.
see, that was my concern.
Yeah,
When
I know
she
it
told
was.
me
I could
that was
tell.
okay.
No, that's
I
a
was
good
like,
thing.
Seriously.
Yeah,
you.
them following you in Pinterest just means, especially if you start doing these shows where you are
exposure.
doing cooking shows, honey, your following is going to explode because we all need that. And if you decide you want to do that, I want to pull you onto a blab and talk nutrition. I've been looking for somebody to come onto a blab and talk nutrition with me for a long, long time.
Now, remember, I owned a Curves for 10 years, so I had to take
Yeah.
nutrition classes. I did nutrition classes.
Then-
I taught cooking classes.
Then we need to blab
This is meant to
because
be.
there are so many people. So I'm working with a group right now who works with families and children who have like any of the spectrum disorders. And one of the very first thing they look at, right, is their diet, right?
Yes.
And so nutrition it just permeates every part of our lives because we all come in here and we sit down and we order our food, and what are the types of things that we are able to order? Most of it is very, very carb heavy, very gluten-y. And so nutrition is huge for that group, right? And I'm finding just in that following alone, people need this. And I need quick and easy meals what's the worst question you hear at the end of the day? What's for dinner?
Oh, I hate that.
I don't know.
What do you cook?
I hate that.
Why is it me?
I hate the what do you want for dinner? I don't know paradigm. I really, really hate that.
Every
Question
single
for you.
day.
While she's doing her blab, say with 2 other people, can someone call that's
Yeah, jump right on the blab and have a conversation right with
with
us.
her at that same
With
time?
her right at that
How do
same
you
time.
do that? I mean,
You-
how
they-
do you
you
invite
don't-
people?
So there are 2 things you can do on Blab. You can leave the seats open so people can join, or you can lock the seats. So I create these banners ahead of time, or these flyers. They're really just posts, guys. I say banner, but it's not a banner. It's just a post, and it says, next week, such and such a day and time, I'm going to be talking with Rose, and we're going to be discussing nutrition. And I add a couple of hashtags in with my title for the Blab, and I schedule it, because you can pre-schedule these, which is the cool part. If you know who you're talking to a month in advance,
I love that.
why let
so
this
is that
technology
like a
run you?
Facebook virtual presentation where you go and invite people, you tell them when it is? I've done a Facebook virtual
It's
presentation.
very similar to that, except it's much easier. So once you've posted in Facebook, this is what I'm going to be doing, your Blab is already scheduled. When you click to open Blab, blab.im on the computer, all you have to do is start the conversation because you've already pre-scheduled it.
Right.
So you click, I'm going to start this Blab, and you start the Blab, and it asks you, do you want to share your camera? And you say, oh yeah, I want to share my camera. And you click on that button, and you
Okay.
tell your people, it pops up a button at the bottom, and you tell your people, hey, I'm blabbing, and you're live. You're on air. There's a little button at the top right that says record this session. You hit that button, and you're golden. Like everything from that point forward is recorded. Your other person already knows that you're blabbing, the people that you're pulling in, they know, and they come and they call in, and all you do is click the little check that says, yes, you can join my conversation, and that's it. And you guys are having a conversation just like we're having right here.
We've been blabbing our whole lives. Who knew that
You
they were going
just
to do this
did
for
it.
us?
Exactly.
This is unbelievable.
Exactly.
Is
I
there
can't wait to
visual
do
also that can be, or is it just
I broke the bank.
Audio?
It's visual. That's what makes it so cool, because we can actually have a real-time interview-like conversation that other people can watch, and other people, if you want to allow them to jump on the call, they can or not.
This will be good.
So imagine what you could do with weddings.
I know.
Oh my
So look at this power
gosh.
thing. Look
I
at this
know,
power
I know,
partnership
I
here,
know.
the 3 of us.
I'm not
Really?
kidding.
So like, get the bride's bridal parties.
Guys,
face
this
ready.
is a game
Hair.
changer in the social
Oh,
space.
my
Game
Lord,
changer,
this is
no kidding.
huge.
You could interview teachers. You could interview caregivers. You could interview after school people. You could interview daycare people. The sky is the limit with this particular product.
And I'm sorry, I missed what you do.
Oh, my nonprofit is called Social Success. It's teaching social skills to children.
I don't have a car. I get a new one.
I'd
But
love to have you on my
we will be
show.
doing wedding parties
Yeah,
too, so
because
we'll
it
have to
casts
get
the
together,
web
have
of awareness for what you're
Absolutely.
doing.
Gotta get some
So
more
I'd love to have
Do
you
you
on
have
the
a business
show.
card?
You created monsters.
I
I
love
have
to
one that
create
everybody has to
monsters.
take a picture
Okay,
of
I
because
know.
I'm having
I know
new
that
ones
it's
made.
already
okay,
after
Isn't
10
that so
o'clock.
lame? I'm so sorry.
Ladies, hold on.
No, it's fine.
Hold on. After 10
my
o'clock,
friends
I
are
want to
here.
get you guys through this list before you take off.
Okay.
Let your passion shine. Blab's going to let
Oh,
you do that,
that's easy
right?
enough.
People want to know you're passionate. Be authentic and transparent. Blab's going to also allow you to do that. Offer premiums. offer, not premiums, freemiums. These are things that you offer people in
Freebies.
order to get them to opt into your mailing list. Why do you want a mailing list? I've got people on Facebook, I've got people on Blab, I've got people on my Twitter account. You don't own any of those.
Right.
Just because they're there and they're following you doesn't mean they belong to you. If you really, really want to own your own contact list, get a mailing list. MailChimp allows you to do this for free with up to 2,000 people.
I don't have that many.
Okay, so
wait,
question.
wait.
So something about
Oh, go ahead.
MailChimp. Say you get to a certain level or you want to switch to another one. Is there,
Yeah, you just download your list and you
And that's
upload it into the next
So
one.
then you can constantly get them on a email campaign.
Exactly. And so when you have specials going on, when you have cool stuff going on, you can shoot an email out, and MailChimp even offers you templates so you can make them really cool looking, right? You can put your banner at the top. So if it's, for instance, be with your salon, right? You could talk about the grand opening and share some back end pictures of, so I hope you're
Oh,
taking pictures.
I am.
Yeah,
I
share
have
some
pictures,
of those.
yeah. Fun.
This is what we're doing and da 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 da. Here's an update on the salon, whatever, right? But get your email list set up. And I'm probably the world's worst. I did not do this for a long time. It's kind of similar to the blogging thing. And finally, I had to kick myself in the butt and say, you got to get on this. So get on this. Make this happen for yourselves. And Bambi will probably tell you that email list is super important. Optimize your profiles online, guys. People want to see you. They don't want to see your logo. They want to see who you are. You want a picture with your logo on it, attach your logo to your image. It's super simple in Canva. And guess who's got a course that teaches you to use Canva? So make sure, yes, you want your logo there, but give them a picture of you. They want to know who you are. Use some keywords, right,
I don't know how
in
to
your
use
field
keywords.
so that people can find you, because Google's algorithm pulls that
Is
off
that
of
the
all your
hashtag
profiles.
thing? That's hashtags.
That's
Yes.
hashtags, that's, so you
I
might
don't
talk
even
about
know.
restaurants or about meetings or about conferences or whatever the case may be. Add all those in. Like, I really wish you owned this store because we meet here every single month.
I wish I owned it too.
And I really wanted to use your store, but I had to use the one in Plano. So,
This is your location.
yeah, this is our location. So,
Park in Midway, and then I have one in Addison at Montford and Arapahoe, and then one up in Denton.
the last thing I'm going to tell you, and I know that this is kind of another transition point. Get involved in Facebook groups.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
It is very, very
Huge.
different
Yeah.
than Facebook pages. Facebook pages are actually on the outward slope because nobody can control what happens with a Facebook page. In a Facebook group, we can control what's being said, when it's being said, how it's being said. If you own your own Facebook group, which you should, if none of you do, you need to open one and I'll come join you. If you do not own your own Facebook group, you should. And you should set up some weekly things that happen. Again, schedule these in a Hootsuite. Don't babysit this thing. Oh, honey, you need to.
I
need to.
I
I don't
don't
like
like
blogging.
it.
I figured out a way. You got to get on an app where you can schedule stuff. And if
Okay, let me ask you
that's not the
something
one,
quick.
then we'll pick another one for you. But
I don't like it.
you can't babysit this. If you're spending, what's your hour worth? If you're spending your time managing
Yeah.
your social when you can set up technology to manage it for you,
Yeah.
you're spending your money on a what? VA salary. Are you a VA?
No.
No. So use that technology and make it happen for you. Set things up so that so for you, maybe you do a Monday Madness, and it has to do with, pulling yourself together in the last week before your wedding, dealing with the jitters, dealing with all the stuff that people deal with in the cold feet,
That's cool.
part,
I gotta
right?
do this now.
And maybe you do a Friday location session, and I don't know what you'd call these. Come up with cutesy names, right? And you highlight some really cool, locations where you can have your wedding, both local and wherever you travel to. You know what I mean? So figure out ways in which to connect with your audience by offering them value that they need right now. You could actually put together, you've probably already got a ton of this stuff already, but these cool images where people can see what a product does for them. And I know I've seen them. So I know you have them in your repertoire. You just have to get it out there to people.
So what's the difference between, because I'm kind of frustrated where I created a Facebook page different from my
Right.
personal page.
Right.
So it's a business Facebook page,
Right.
and I sent invitations out for people to like my page.
Right.
Well, hell, people just don't do it. You know. It's
Well,
like,
and here's the thing. Even if they did, only 2% of the population, unless you're buying an ad, would see your page anyway. Move to groups.
how do you-
Everybody in
so
your
you'll
group
teach me
sees
how to
your
move
stuff.
that page to groups.
You won't move that page to group. You won't move that page over. You will open a group, and you will invite those people to come to the group, and you'll say, these are the cool pieces of information you'll get if you join the group. You'll have access to my blab shows. You'll have the ability to do this. You'll have the ability to do
Gotcha.
that, whatever that is. Your group is different because you can insist that in order to be a member of that group, they have to get on your mailing list.
Okay, so what's the difference between if you have a group and you have a page?
My page is pretty much useless. And don't get me wrong. I need the page.
Yeah.
I need that as part of my web presence. And I allow
Facebook.
my Facebook.
Yes.
Your web presence is all
Yeah.
of that. It's your website, your social channels, everything that is you online. That's your web presence. Your Facebook is a component if that's where your peeps hang out, and that's where your peeps hang out because you're wedding.
Well, 1,980 of them. did.
Exactly. So open up a group.
So open up a group and then
Now-
post. But what do I put on my page if I already do everything
You
on my
can
group?
put the same thing on your page, but only 2% of your population is going to see it on your page unless they come to your page every day, whereas everybody in your group is going to see it.
Okay, but
You
now
see the
you're
difference?
saying 2%. Does that mean for your, like, say I take out a Facebook ad because they're so inexpensive. We do them for, they're very inexpensive. You can pay $20 and then you get a whole bunch of people.
Right.
Do I have to do that for each posting for people to see it, or
Not
no?
in your group, but in your
No, but
page,
for the
you're targeting a
page-
specific audience.
I'm gonna go home and do that now.
Yeah. So the difference is
Okay.
Facebook changed. You know,
Yeah.
again, there's algorithms for everything.
Right.
Everybody uses the technology, right?
Right.
Facebook said, oh, if I reduce organic reach, somebody comes to my page, somebody likes my page, they see my stuff. That's organic reach.
Right.
If I reduce that, people will have to buy ads.
Ah.
It's all about the money, and as long as you figure out the formula for them
Got
to
it.
get to the money,
Which I hadn't.
you know how to use the
So do you
platform.
think there's going to be a new Facebook? Do you think someone's going to come out with a new Facebook?
I think that with
without
these
that?
new streaming apps that are out, I think that's the new wave because video is so huge. 90% of your videos are seen and shared in your space versus probably 70-something% of images versus
Really?
1 to 2% of text.
So Blab is a streaming app?
Blab is a streaming app.
So if you put,
So I have to-
if
And you
put
can post your
pictures
blabs
out-
directly on your Facebook page and in your group, and people will come and join them if you post them in your group.
Oh,
Because again, people see you in your group.
We're going to do this.
Yes.
You know.
Oh,
I think
no,
one
this
very
is
important
happening.
thing that one
I've got to
point
go,
that
though.
you just made was the value.
Yes.
Like what value you can offer.
It doesn't have to be a direct sell every time.
Right.
It's like value.
Yes.
You know, for example, when I come for these meetings, I'm not expecting anyone to be my client. It's like, you know,
Yeah.
mostly 99% of my business would come online.
Right.
So that's a completely different area. But I'm coming to meet people. If I don't even know whether I can offer any value, but if I can, that would be great. Or I can get value from you. It's just meeting new people, relationships, friends.
Right.
And in the process, we just get to learn so much that we have in the morning. So it's the
and
value.
you never know what, you know, we
You
always
never
say
know.
our networking groups don't come in and sell to each other.
Right.
Use each other as our
Support each
sales
other.
as our sales force. Like
Right.
we're building a relationship.
Right.
And then who do you know
Yes.
that could use something?
Yes.
Or who do I know that could use
Yes.
something?
Yes.
Yeah, I love that.
Absolutely. And I think
I think women
think,
get that.
And I
Women get
think you
that.
hit the nail on the head, right? Is, you know, adding value first.
Yes.
And then sharing information. Like everybody here, now I want you to do it. Get somebody's phone number in your phone. Pull out your phone right now and add somebody's phone number to it.
Okay.
I have
Right
yours.
now.